Good evening, everyone. We are back with the After Eight show. Wow, what a week! What a week! Slightly different show today. We're going to be still talking as a panel, but we're going to be exploring what the panel have been getting up to. Because as you know, many of them, well, all of them, are either DJs or artists themselves. So, what have they been getting up to? We'll be discussing some other topics as well. So, welcome, DJ Boozadelic on the platform. Good evening, DJ Boozadelic. Good afternoon, good morning.
It is afternoon here.
Got it right.
Yes,
Ooh, ooh.
12:04 out here on the
Excellent. I
West
love your
Coast.
background, by the way, DJ
Oh
Boozadelic.
yeah, I have to represent for my Oakland, or excuse me, Las Vegas Raiders. They were Oakland
I
most
love
of my
it.
life, then they moved to Los Angeles, back to Oakland. Now they're in Las Vegas. So to me, they'll always be Oakland.
Beautiful. I love it. And we've got the Queen of Boozadelic, aka. Oh, I'm so glad to see you today. Thank you, A. Hayward. How are you? Thank you.
What's up, Tangeray?
I see King Boots didn't want to be at home today.
Oh, we are so happy to see
Yeah,
you.
I had to go to Las Vegas.
Is your reception okay, Queen of
Yeah, he
Boozadelic?
didn't want to be at home today with me, so I sent him out to the stadium.
Oh, I know, I know. So you're at home and Boozadelic's gone out having fun. Hey,
Yeah,
look
I'm
at
working
that.
out, getting ready for the season.
All the hard work I be doing.
Hey, I got to bring in the money, so that's why I'm here playing football this year.
Oh wow, you show off you show
Carry on,
you
carry on.
you have been waiting for that opportunity, DJ Boozadelic. You have been waiting for that golden moment.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What you guys been up to? Oh, thank you. I haven't seen you for a little while. What's happening in your world? Can you hear me? Look at your
Well,
face.
I found a new palace. Well, not found, but I'm moving back to my childhood palace.
Oh, wonderful. I saw a little clip on social media and I
Yeah,
was
so
wondering,
I'm Yeah, so I'm fixing everything up. So the house, has to be redone. So I'm getting the royal painters, the royal plumbers, the royal
oh,
everybody. Everybody's on deck to get the palace together.
oh, wonderful. That's quite exciting though when you're moved in somewhere and you're giving it a whole facelift. That's it. Do you find it, although it's exhausting as well, a bit tiring, but it's lovely to see the transformation. Can you hear
Oh, and I'm
me?
excited. Like even earlier today, I was out looking at paint colors and
Oh,
cabinets. Yeah,
do you have a particular theme? Because some people have a particular theme.
I know my grandparents and my mother is very happy.
Oh, lovely.
I just
Oh,
want different colors in the house, so I just want a lot of color.
fair enough. And your daughter must be so excited. Can you hear me? I think you're
I
having a
think
little
that's
bit of
like,
Somewhat.
internet.
She's like, "What is this? Where this is like hell." That's she's so bougie, but
Ah,
I told her she has to look at the big picture.
oh, yes, because it's not finished yet. Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah, she's
Of
very
course, it's going to
bougie.
look a little bit like a building site at the
Yeah,
moment.
she's not used to living in the conditions.
When she sees the
Yeah.
transformation, she's going to be overjoyed. overjoyed. And it's a good lesson for children as well. It's a good lesson, like
Oh yeah.
patience.
She already told me her room is going to be blue with Stitch and
Pardon?
Stitch everything. Yeah.
I can't hear you. The Queen of Boosadelic, we are having problems with your. Is
No. Here we go, my baby.
We are having issues
My baby
with.
daddy is coming back. See this Wi-Fi. I don't know what's going on.
I think I'm getting a draft or a cold or something. um, yeah, I think I am. I'm trying to fight it. I don't want it to. I don't want it to take over. I'm not gonna give it to you. You're in
I
safe
felt that all the
hands.
way over here.
Anyway. No, no, no. You won't get it all the way over there. So I'm trying to contain it. I'm trying to fight it. I'm just hoping that the next 24 hours, or not even 24 hours, 12 hours by tomorrow morning, that I'll be okay. But yeah, my throat is a little bit itchy, and then I'm a little bit achy. I'm like, oh God, really? Really? I don't need this right now. And I haven't had a cold all year.
Yeah.
So I've done well.
You think
I've
it's a
done
change of the
well.
weather?
Probably think so. I think so. And I got caught in a little bit of rain, but it was only a little bit. But that little bit caused some damage. I think it's given me a slight head cold.
That's too bad.
What's that?
That's
Boosadelic?
too bad. Are you sure it's not allergies though?
Mm,
It's that time of
no.
year where,
Um,
'cause-
the only
Because allergies
so-called
can come.
allergy I might have is that I can't put carpet in my home because I don't really like whatever gives off with carpet. So I'll I'll sneeze a lot, and then my sinus will flare up. Yeah, my sinus will flare up really bad. So I have a rug in my living room, um, but I don't have a carpet anywhere. No, no. Um, yeah, and some carpets are really nice. There's some really nice ones. And it keeps your place warm in the winter, but I can't have carpet in my home. That's when my sinus will give me a lot of problem. Yeah. I noticed when I left home many years ago, um, my sinus got better. Yeah. As my mum has carpet. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh, I think that might be a bit better. Thank you, Anne. You look clear as well.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my gosh, you come alive.
It's
Yeah.
alive.
Oh my goodness, thank you, A is here. We need two of you, like, because I'm like under the weather right now. I feel like, oh my God, I feel like I need to go in my bed.
Oh,
But the show must go on. The show must go on. Yeah, I've been busy doing a lot of things in the background. All be revealed, but yeah, busy doing a lot of stuff. Um, exciting things in store. So much exciting things in store. Very exciting, isn't it, VJ Boosadelic?
Yes.
DJ Boosadelic, what have you been up to? Because I have been seeing on social media something that looks like an EP. Tell us all about it.
All right. So I released the meditative funk project that went live at midnight Eastern. This
meditative funk. I like that.
and give you a little background about it. About 3 years ago, I decided I wanted to get a 200-hour certification in teaching what they call instinctive meditation. And during the course of the studies, I learned that the instinctive meditation means that it should be something that you really enjoy doing that opens up your natural gateway to meditation. For me, it always has been music. And that's about the time people were encouraging me to start actually trying to put some music out. At first, it was just supposed to be me making some music and finding some reggae and dancehall artists to make tracks. Then they told me I needed to make a song. And so Big Man Things or Big Mon Things, excuse me, has been like at number one on N1M for like, almost 20 weeks now, I think. Either one in the state and also one in the United States off and on, goes back between 1 and 2. And so I've been sitting on this meditative funk project. What I want to do is combine the meditation, the guided meditations, with just like this futuristic funk that has that same sort of vibe as I picture or I imagine the universe sounding, like that 432 type hertz, which gives you the ability to receive all the your potentiality. And so wrote the songs about 3 years ago, and went to put it out, but I didn't quite like the mix of it. And so we went back to the drawing board, and my boy, the Last Pharaoh, put his magic on it. And so we just decided to put it out. And so there's 6 tracks on there. My favorite one is Meditative Funk and also Desert Souls. And what I do is I dive deep into my ancient Kemetic spirituality. And I basically explain where we came from and what we're sent here to do. It gets real deep. And at first I was just thinking it was kind of like a novel idea, but the response has been really good. I got people running up to me in the gym saying, man, you gonna put out any more songs? And then I let them hear that, and they're just like, wow, this could really be good. One guy's daughter is a psychologist, and he wants to share with her so she can share with her clients. And I'm just thinking, man.
Oh, wow.
And so just going with the flow, following the guidance of our great source, the creator, the almighty, the one that we call God. And just living the dream now and seeing what else is going to happen with this journey.
But we want to hear it, DJ Boozadelic. Send something across to me that I can play something so the listeners and the viewers can hear.
Okay, I'll send you the link right now on YouTube. Where'd my YouTube go? Oh, here we go.
If you email it to me, can you email it to me?
Yeah, I can email it to you. Copy link.
Yeah.
And
We wanna see sample.
now, which email do you want? Your DASA Entertainment's one?
That's it, please. Yeah, yes.
DASA Real Entertainment. Oops.
That'd be great.
Yeah, well, you know what? Because it's just a lot going on with people in mental illness, and so it's needed.
It is.
The meditation. I mean, it's needed, and music heals.
Yes, it does. Okay, when I put this in here, it told me it was invalid, so I need to type it out. So it's DASA, because I know that there's some underscores in it.
Yeah. There's so much pressure on people in different ways. There's so much things that people have to deal with currently and historically. And, it's not straightforward. So, people are wired all complex and different. And these things help in some way. It really does help. And it's so wired because the brain is like a nerve. It is a nerve. It's got loads of nerves, and it will wire itself. And to unwire it is a long process. I'm not sure if you can 100% unwire it, but you can make massive strides so you can live a functional, healthy life. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's pardon?
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was say you can rewire your brain.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if you can 100%, but you can to a large percentage. Um, and because obviously you can never forget certain things, but we can learn to move forward and live with things and find healthy solutions, healthy patterns, healthy thought processes, and healthy ways to what word shall I use? Deal with it. Just deal with it. Healthy ways. Yeah, and we can do that as people.
So
Definitely.
I want to throw something
100.
out there for you
Oh,
folks in the audience as well as our panel members. There's a
mm-hmm,
guy by the name of Joe Dispenza, and
mm-hmm,
he talks about brain coherence and rewiring. He always calls it rewiring and firing. And if you gotta think
mm-hmm,
about everything out there is energy, everything out there has a frequency, and so
mm-hmm.
the ability to tune into the frequency is what will rewire yourself. And so, if the biggest thing you have to learn how to do is stay present, and you during your meditations and stuff, you do some breathing exercises, you let go. And that's the hardest things for us to do because a lot of it is ego centered. So we let go of the negative things that have happened to us in the past and write them off as lessons that taught us what not to do. And then by visualizing what our future is going to look like from being present now into what we want it to look like, that's how you start to change it. It's a gradual process, but
It is
they
gradual. It's
yeah,
years. It's years for many.
yeah. So
Years.
I highly
You got
recommend
to do it.
you give Joe Dispenza a listen because it's that's what I started doing about I'd say 6 months ago. I started getting into the Joe Dispenza meditations, and it's really changed the way I look at things in all aspects of my life.
Mhm.
So it opens
And
up the door to the creativity and everything, and then I mean you can manifest. Look at life as a virtual or this a simulation, and
yeah,
you can control your character instead of you can manipulate the what happens instead of being manipulated. But it's just
yes.
a matter
Yeah,
of
yeah.
tuning into that frequency.
Mm-hmm. 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 Really, you really can. You really can. The mind is so powerful. The mind is spiritual. You really can send um positive frequencies. You really can um change around situations. Um and that's from an emotional, mental point of view. Because remember, the body is can heal. Let's say, I'll just give an example. Let's say somebody's ill with something. There are cases, and we know cases, there are known cases that individuals have had a full recovery, and not even doctors, scientists, nobody can describe it because these doctors and scientists are not God. They're not the creator. And our body remembers every little thing we do. And it also remembers it when it was in a healthy condition. And if for whatever reason it becomes unhealthy, the right mindset, the right sleeping, drinking, lifestyle, eating, it can reverse it. But it's a you've got to take a holistic view of it because it's a combination of everything. Nothing's in isolation. So somebody might think, oh, I'm going to eat healthy, but yet they still got a negative mindset. That's not going to work. Or they still go to bed late. That's not going to work. Or they don't drink enough water or fluid. That's not going to work. So it's everything brought together and staying away from drama and conflict situations. And that keeps you at an equilibrium, keeps you balanced and calm. And we some of us live in cold countries like the UK, and we've got to get our We've got to get our vitamin D. We've got to get our vitamin D. We've got to treat ourselves, and it can be done, you know. And we don't always have to go to massive, expensive holidays like Africa or the Caribbean. We can go somewhere that's hot. Um, you know, some people are more fortunate; they can go on a couple of holidays a year, and some go on one holiday a year, some go on one holiday every 2 years. But whatever it is, make it a goal. Make it a goal. Just put something aside. You'd be very surprised that, you know, after 1 year, how much you've put aside without breaking a bank, without even noticing it. How much you save after 2 years, you know, and that can be your treat every year or every 2 years. Or if you really haven't got it, maybe every 3 years. Whatever it is, have an aim that you look forward to. Because we
Yeah.
need that. We need to pat ourselves on the shoulders because, you know, navigating through this world and this society, let's admit it, it's not always easy. And we need to distress ourselves.
Yeah, you know, that's one of the things as I look back on my life, I wish I would have been traveling at an earlier age because, you know, I talked to some of the people that are younger than me. And like when I was working at 24 Hour Fitness as a trainer, I worked with this one guy and he used to always like cut out the cable, he would save money, him and his wife. And then so when I went over to the bus company, I started driving the city bus. I picked him up one day and I said, how's the training going? He said, oh man, I just spent the last 3 months traveling all over Europe.
Oh wow.
I was thinking, dang, you know, he was like 20 something years old. And I was thinking, I didn't think that way when I was in my 20s. Yeah.
And we've all got bad habits because we're all human. Come on, we've all got little vices. And you know, if we curb those vices and use the money as a little saving pot, then we can treat ourselves because we need to remember to be tender to ourselves. We've got to be tender. We've got to treat ourselves. We've got to reward ourselves, you know. Because it is like survival of the fittest, you know, to navigate through life is it can be easy if you're around the right people and like attracts like, um, and you can't divorce yourself and think you can handle situations because it doesn't really work like that. Doesn't really work like that. It's best to just keep in the positive light and stay away from the shade.
Definitely. So I've sent you some links, but you know what?
Yeah.
I'll send another one though because I forgot that I actually got a video that I made for this song.
Okay.
So I'm gonna send that one.
Okay. That's just gonna do a magic. I'm gonna do my magic, you know.
So it's the one that came across at 12:18.
Oh, I don't know.
At 8:18 your time.
I don't even know. So please excuse me. This cold is getting on my nerves a little bit. This cold. Bear with me.
So Adassa, what have you been up to?
Cat out the
bag. What's that? Say that again.
I said, let the cat out the bag because you've been busy.
Let the cat out the bag. Let's let it out the bag. Magnet Radio is joining, collaborating with another station, and we're going to be putting on an event next month, the 20th of July. So it's going to be fantastic, absolutely fantastic, isn't it, DJ Brusadelic?
Yes, it is. It's going to have 4 awesome DJs in the house, and
Huh?
I'm actually going to the UK to spin in this club, which has kind of been a dream of mine.
Oh,
So I'm going to see DJ Boozadelic in the live.
yes. Oh, that's gonna be
Yes.
great.
So it's going to be great. And I do want to feature little clips like on, videos and record bits of it and
Mhm.
share the occasion with our followers. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. Got lots of goodies on the night. Um, we've got DJ from Magnet Radio and DJs from Unique Vibes, and it's gonna be really good. Please forgive me for sounding monotone. I am I am very excited, but I'm struggling internally.
Oh,
Yeah. So um yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm really looking forward to meeting you, DJ Boozadelic.
Yes, I'm
And
looking forward to meeting you,
yeah,
seeing as much of the UK as I can while I'm there in a short amount of time. But
yeah. And you'll get to see Ruth Ferguson, and you get to see DJ Sterling Reigns,
yeah.
and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be
yeah,
really great.
so
Sorry.
my mom has a request. So
Oh
she's a minister in the Episcopal Church, and so
yeah.
she says when you go over there, I need you to. I can't remember if she said she needs me to get something out of there or take a picture of the Canterbury Cathedral. Is that anywhere near where we're gonna be at?
Canterbury. Where's that?
It's like a big church cathedral at the Episcopal Church.
I tell you what. When we come off air, WhatsApp it to me. You get the exact one from your mum, so I know the exact one.
Okay.
Yeah. And if it's in London, we'll be able to take you there.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause I have no idea what's what over there. The only thing I know about is Big Ben, that bridge that goes over where the Loch Ness, and then I know about Wimbledon and British Open golf courses.
Okay.
I
Okay.
thought it was pretty cool when I was on the train and I saw the signs for Wimbledon. Like, they have a train stop. It's a little
Oh,
far. It's a little ways, but
Okay.
you'll be able to get to Wimbledon quite okay. Don't
yeah.
worry, Mr. Daddy. I can show you Wimbledon. No problem.
I still have my Oyster card, so I'm ready. So as soon as I get back, I'm putting more money on it and I'm out.
Yes. Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. So it's an opportunity for. It will open. It'll be the beginning of more and more exciting things happening in collaboration with the other station, and also there'll be times where we do things independently as well. But it'd be great. Yeah. So I do thank the other station as well, and we're both excited on both sides. You know.
That should
Um,
just be awesome.
yeah. It's it actually will make it real. Do you know what I mean? It's not to say it's not real, but when you start to meet um, individuals, artists, DJs, and then there's something magical in that. Do you know what I mean? Thank you, Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something magical. Because if we can have this rapport and we've never physically met one another, then imagine the rapport when we actually do meet.
Oh my gosh. Oh yes.
Oh my God. And I'm a big hugger, so I'm going to be hugging everyone. I love hugs. I'm a big baby. I'm a big
Yes.
baby. So yeah, um, it will be, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a great night. And we're just working on the digital side of things, and we've got the flyers already. Just working on a few other features, and yeah, we'll be pushing that out hard. Yeah, pushing it hard. I'm excited.
So speaking of which, do you want me to start pushing that flyer out, or is that just a rough draft?
Hold on. You can actually push out the still version. We're going to be pushing out a digital version, but yeah, you can push out the still version, and then we'll still be able to send the digital version as well. And you know the digital version captures people's attention more.
Right.
But, yeah, that's going to be worked on. So it's going to be, yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I'm struggling today. Adassa is struggling today, but I'm trying to keep my poise. Trying to keep my poise. I think I'm gonna get this video ready so I can have a little break and get a little something to drink in while we're playing one of DJ Boozadelic's track. DJ Boozadelik, we've got to push this EP out. Yeah. We've got to push this EP. Let's push it out. Let's push it out on Magnet Radio. Because it's something to be celebrated, and we're very proud of you. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's nice to see someone evolve, and I've seen that the last couple of years since you've been on Magnet Radio, and it's been absolutely fantastic. I just see the confidence, just see everything. I just see, and it's just like going in all different areas of your life, everything that you wanted. Plus, there's so much more to look forward to, and it's going to be great for everybody concerned, everybody on the After 8 show, everybody that we collaborate with and deal with. It's going to be on a different dimension. It's really great. And I know I'll be meeting Tanquil. I know I'll be meeting Gary Hines. I know I'll be meeting DJ One. I know I'm going to be meeting all of you. And then there'll be a time where we'll be all under the same roof, and that will be amazing. We've got to put it out there, and it's happening. It's there. It's already there. It's already there. Let me sort this thing out. Sorry with the heavy breathing, everyone.
Just a little FYI, I have roots over in the UK.
Sorry, pardon?
I have some roots over in the UK. So my grandfather's mother, or his grandmother, was actually born over in the UK. This is his mother, and he brought her out here to the West Coast once he started working on the railroad.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow. Sorry, I'm just like, you see my brain is just like all over the place. Bear with me. It's so strange how your thought processes change when you're not feeling too well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
definitely
really strange. Bear with me. Let me just try and get this for everyone. Gotta get this. There is it. I've copied the link. Oh, I don't see it. I've copied and pasted. Okay. I don't really see it.
Let's see. I'm gonna look at the email I sent you. See what that's.
That's true.
So there's one that says.
I see the email. I'm trying to find the link. I'm trying. Bear with me.
Yeah.
See if I can find it now. Let's try another one, which is very strange. That's strange. That's strange. That's very strange. I'm not finding it.
So you got like 3 different emails there?
Yeah, I've got it. I've got them all.
So if you click on that top one, the only thing that's on that top one is the link. The one that came in at 8:18 your time.
I'm trying. But that's just trying.
Or you can just go to YouTube and type in Meditative Funk DJ Boozadelic. You'll see the album will pop up.
Okay, I may have to do that. You know. I think I see something. Yeah, I see one of them. Ooh, I've got Desert Souls.
Desert Soul, yes.
Okay. Let's sort out Desert Soul. Let's try that. Bear with me, everyone. We've got to play one of them. We'll have back on a artist next week. We've been doing so much.
So while you're queuing that one up, I want to talk a little bit about the producer, Brian Cole. And as I mentioned earlier, he was kind of into the futuristic funk. His favorite quote is, "I'm getting away from the cartoonery and buffoonery of funk music."
Ouch.
What it means is because like a lot of the funk that comes out is still people trying to play that original funk sound, which is cool and has its place, but in his mind, the funk has to evolve like everything evolves over a period of time. And so instead of going back in time, he's going forward in time to the future. So when I heard that, I was like, that's a pretty good idea. And that's what kind of like aligned itself with the lyrics that I wanted to add to the track.
Continue, DJ President. Sorry.
So the video, if you're pulling up the first one or the last one I sent you, is going to actually have some images of different ways people are meditating and just kind of like taking in life, getting in tune with that vibrational frequency. And the video itself was made by me. I just sat down after I listened to it and just started looking for some stock footage and kind of put it all together. And that's actually another passion of mine, but I've been so busy trying to do the music part of it, I kind of got out of the video production part of it. So I need somebody like DJ Juan to hook me up.
And will you be doing any videos to support your music?
Yeah, at some point. I want the Big Montanes I did with Young Promise. I need to hook up with her. She's down in Las Vegas. I got a whole concept for that one, which involves going into the Red Rock Canyon and actually maybe getting the drone footage and doing some like meditation, because I had that one line, "Wake up every day with me," meditation. So I want to make sure that part is emphasized. And there's just so much opportunity for creation down in Las Vegas with all the different themes down there. So my mind just kind of went crazy with different concepts for the video. So that's on my to-do list. I would like to try to get that out by 2025, towards the start of the year. So it's just a matter of finding the time and we can connect and do that.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, this whole thing is kind of new to me. I had no idea that I'd actually be doing this, but what I learned is keep your mind open to all possibilities and follow the guidance of our God.
Yeah, just trust. Just trust and don't worry about don't worry about what the outcome will be, because I tell you what, when you do things properly, the right way, our Creator always has our back, no matter what. No matter what tries to sabotage or get in the way or whatever happens, God will always find a way when you do things right. And He knows your heart, He knows your heart, He knows your passion, He knows how hard you're working, and you're still doing your diligent work. It's not about just hoping for something and then sitting back or doing very little work and expecting miracles. You've got to put in the work too. Do you know?
Yeah, you gotta be proactive. And I think about how once you tune into that frequency, it's all these different people that come into your life for all these different opportunities. Like you asking me to be on this podcast, connecting me with Stone Paxton. I mean, we were already friends on Facebook, but when he came on and he talked about it's important to build your catalog and come out with as many different genres as possible, and then we're messaging back and forth. And I said, since I'm kind of like new to trying to produce and all that, I was gonna set a goal to put a song out every month, but I'd like to get 6 songs out before this year ends, and this actually makes 7 with this 6-song project. And so it's just like some people are like expecting me just to put out all reggae, because some of the artists are like, well, he's not into reggae anymore. Yes, I'm still into reggae. However, I've always been a funk man. I've been a hip hop man, and I just open to create. And I also want to do R&B, Miss Tangeray. And I also want to put out a house song too. So I love, listening to Soul Town. He turned me on to that house vibe, and the house beats are actually pretty easy to make.
Soulful house is beautiful. I
actually got a guy messaged me the other day that's over in Nigeria, and he wants me to do a collab with him on Amapiano and Afrobeat track.
Well, our theme tune is a house track by Ed Ramsey.
Right.
He's a house artist, and we will get him on the show one day. Definitely we'll get him on the show one day. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. And, speaking of the different genres of music, this happens to be over here in the States, National Black Music Month.
Oh.
And, let me see if I can find it. Because I saw Gary posted it, and I know I shared it too. There's so much stuff on here. There's the influence that we've had over music has just been phenomenal. All genres of music was actually created by our brothers and sisters, from country to rock and roll, house music, disco music.
Okay.
And so it was just like, it was kind of mind-boggling to think that, that's one thing that we've always excelled at, and then it's been replicated by all kinds of different cultures, which makes it really cool. And so it's kind of like the glue that keeps the world functioning. I don't even see that post anymore, but yeah, it had listed almost every genre of music you can think of has its roots from Black culture.
Let's listen to Desert Souls. Let's listen to it. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let's listen to Desert Souls.
Jehuti speaks.
Asay Neteru. Greetings, gods and goddesses of the universe.
Open your third eye.
I am Jehuti, and thank you for lending your souls to this short, instinctive meditation.
Free your mind. Free your spirit.
At this time, I would like to invite you to make yourself feel comfortable in whatever way suits your needs best.
Listen to the wind.
If you want to just vibe with the music and let it flow, feel free to do so. If you want to just lay back and tune out the words I say and vibe to the music, feel free to do so. Your subconscious will pick this up.
Feel the energy.
Let us begin by taking a few deep breaths, paying attention to its natural rhythm.
Open your mind.
And on the inhale, I invite you to breathe in all the positive energy that comes from Mother Earth.
Listen to the wind.
If you have your feet on the floor, feel those energies come through the earth and radiate throughout your body.
Soul.
And on the exhale, feel free to let your body rid itself of any negative energy that you care to release.
Positive energy.
Give yourself permission to utilize all your senses as you go into this meditation.
Believe in the energy.
Listen to the wind as it blows and carries the soft voices of those desert souls.
The desert wind speaks to you.
Our ancestors,
The ancestors.
those faint voices that tell us to obtain the knowledge,
Those who know all.
as outlined in the pyramid tip, found in the Temple of Unis in ancient Kemet.
Kemet.
Here you will find our original creation story,
Know yourself.
unedited, carved in stone, thousands of years before there was any such thing as organized religion.
Death. Soul.
And in this you will find the 12 disciples of Amun on earth,
The real religion.
like Asar, Aset, Anubis, Haru, Ra.
Praise Ra. Listen to the wind. The desert wind speaks to you.
Wow. Wow.
Pretty deep, huh?
That is. That, because I want to go bed now. But in a good way. In a good way. Like just meditate. My brain needs it right now. Oh my gosh. My brain needs it. My brain just feels like someone's shaking it in a bottle. And that was calming my brain. My brain cells. Yeah. Definitely after the show I'm gonna get ready and just go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. And hopefully you won't see me do no sneaky stuff
One of
online.
these.
You know, oh my gosh! Imagine, you know, it's funny because you've seen that on television and podcasts. People fall asleep. How embarrassing is that?
Yeah.
That is my nightmare. Like falling asleep. You know, you can hear them snoring. Not even hair. You can see them snoring, and then you see little dribble, you know, trickling down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things in that song that I did was I took a journey back on the timeline, to our history that never has been discussed, that was erased from the history books itself. Because you got to remember, the African folks were the first people on Earth, and so if you go back to the Emerald Tablets, the Temple of Unis, and you see those carvings that have all the stuff that's later been translated to the scriptures and the passages in the Bible, the Quran, and other religious texts, it all came from the same source. As a matter of fact, the 10 Commandments, if you go back and look at the 42 principles of Ma'at, you will see the 10 Commandments within that. And so some of that stuff goes back 36,000 years. And, you got to ask yourself, how did we have the technology, the ability to build pyramids and stuff like that? And it was just because we were able to tap into that God frequency and get it directly from the source. And then you have some characters come along several thousand years later and decide that they want to control the world. So they put their own little twist on it. Like, everybody's heard about King James, the Constantine, the Council of Nicaea. So there's some stuff that even when I was a little kid just didn't add up to me. And so that's what made me do the research. And then once I got into my meditation and spirituality, I started realizing, hey, we actually do have a soul. But see, what the teachings did was try to water us down and think that we were soulless individuals. And that's why they were able to enslave the African people, because they justified by saying we didn't have souls. And so a lot of us didn't even realize that ourselves. So by doing this, I was able to tap back in to the original message. And that's what opened up the door for my own creativity. Because before I was just kind of going through life, guided by what I was told to do, guided by, what we're all indoctrinated in, whether or not it was through the educational system, employment, or different, aspects of religion. And I was, I was born into Christianity. When I was in college, I kind of went and checked out Islam for a while, and I found out they were all similar. And then when I took a religion class, I said, wow, they all got similarities, but everybody wanted to change certain things so it could, justify what they want to do. So you have to be able to sort through the man-made stuff that was been added.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where a lot of those lyrics came from, is one of the things I highly encourage folks to do is to, if you have the opportunity to take a Mejanetta reading and writing class. And Mejanetta is basically what the Europeans came along later and called hieroglyphics. Once you can actually read that yourself, you get the message directly and uncut.
Mm-hmm. Explain a little bit more about it, please.
All right, so the hieroglyphic, the different symbols. So like in the English language, and you read like left or right. Well, the hieroglyphics, these characters represent different things. Whether it's like a picture of a bird standing a certain way. There's like 3 little squiggly lines that kind of go like this, which represents like water. And so, but you read it like up and down in columns like that. And so that's once you learn how to read that, you can put together the characters and make out what the real message is. So when I was going to say, when Constantine came over with the Eusebius, they wanted to know, they wanted the ancient Egyptians or the folks from Kemet, which was originally called, to explain to them what all that meant. And at first they weren't going to do it. And then they started cutting off people's heads and stuff. And they're like, okay, we're going to tell you a little bit, but they never told the whole secret. And so that's how you got the versions that we have in the different religions. And so, what works for you might not work for me. One of the things that we learn in the principles of Ma'at is you never put down anybody else because of their faith. You accept them because that's their understanding of it.
That's right.
And, whereas you look at the organized religions that came along, what they've been doing, they've been fighting each other for thousands of years.
And these words that are translated, shown as symbols, a lot of them are used in logos. It's hidden in logos, and it goes over people's heads completely because they just don't understand. So a lot of what goes on is actually put in your face. It's right there. But knowledge is power. And when you don't know, you, they tell you exactly what they're all about. They show you through the logos. They tell you through movies and song and dance as well. They tell you, but again, knowledge is power. And if you're not knowledgeable to know, you will never know the real message that they're sending across. Only
Exactly.
the people that know. And a lot of people, the average man, the average woman, are clueless. They don't know.
No, you just accept what you've been told. And you
Yeah.
know that every symbol used in religion and or other facets of life has actually come from the Mejanetter. Like, for example, the Nazi symbol that Germany used, you'll see that carved into the stone in some of those temples. The cross that Christians adopted, same thing. The Ankh, which we do, you see in there. It's just amazing once you find out and go back and look and say, wow, this is where the origin of these came from. But somebody adopted and said, okay, this is what it's going to mean for us.
Mm.
And when I was, the most surprising thing to me was that swastika actually came from ancient. I was like, wow, my whole life I grew up thinking that was originally a symbol of hate, but it wasn't. It was turned into that by a certain group of people.
There's symbols in everything. It's all conditioning. There's symbols in the cartoon brandings, and this
Yeah.
is all conditioning from a little child. And even some of the shows, if you look back as an adult and you see and you hear and look at what they're talking about, you'd be amazed that, wow, this is what we were watching as a child. But because we're innocent, we're not getting the message that's gone across. But it's there in your face. It's actually there in your face. But as a child, you're innocent. You just don't get it. And as an adult, when you look at it, you think, wow, why would they show these things to children?
Right.
It's yeah. Anyway, we're going to change the subject a little bit. We're going to change this. DJ Bizzadeli, do you watch Country Wayne? His skits.
Did I watch who?
Country Wayne.
Country Wayne?
Yeah. He's
Never
a
heard.
comedian. You never
Never
heard of him.
Is he a UK
What?
comedian?
He's big in America.
Oh, I guess I don't know.
Country Wayne with a K.
Country
Look,
Wayne.
I'm doing free advertising here now.
Let me look up this.
Imagine they should pay me loads of money now. Yeah, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I'm not usually hooked on anything, but I'm hooked. They've got some funny storylines there. It was more comical before, but now it actually gives you like life lessons, really what goes on in people's life. It's Country Wayne with a K.
Yeah, I pulled up his website now, just trying to.
Yeah, and he's got
Okay, I've
various.
seen it before. Yeah.
Yeah, it just shows you, what people get up to behind your back, what people get up to in your face, what people get up to life, the challenges, and how things link. Because you'd be amazed that you could be walking past your cousin every day, or you could be buying something from your cousin every day, but you don't know they're your cousin until you go to a family event, and then you think, wow, you see this person every day. There are cases of people that are best friends with their brother or sister, but they didn't know it was their brother or sister, but they just had that connection, got on really well, and then there becomes a turning point in their life where they discover their brothers or sister, and it's like, wow.
Yeah. And that made me think of something I was watching the other day, where there was these people that got together and they didn't realize that they were actually cousins.
Oh, please. Do you know, there's some cases of that. And they've actually got married or had children. There was a brother and sister that got married and they had children. And they actually did look alike, like a male version of female, but they never saw it. All they knew is that they had this great connection.
Uh-huh.
And you just think, oh my, it's so important. You know, this is where it's really important. You know, I'm going to go on this subject. It's so important, no matter what the circumstances, no matter what. I know some people have some challenging circumstances, but it's so important that children know who their biological parent is.
Yes.
No matter what the circumstances, it's really, really important. Sometimes the circumstance might be horrific, so you're not going to go into graphical detail or anything, but they still need to know. They still need to know, because you don't want them to be dating their sibling. You don't want them to be dating their first cousin. You know, that's just like, and they have a right, you know, no matter what it is, they really do have a right. And worse still, you know, females out there in the Caribbean, I don't know what you call it in the US. In the Caribbean, we call it the woman's giving the man a jacket. Have you heard of that terminology, DJ
No.
President? You not heard of that terminology? Well, all the Jamaicans in the house will know that terminology. When a woman is pawned a child without the man knowing, it's different. We're not talking about if a man meets a woman with a child and he knows it's not his, but he's taking it under his wing as it is. That's different. Everything's above board. Everything's open. That's cool. No, we're not talking about that situation. We're talking about a situation where the woman becomes pregnant for somebody else, but makes it out as if it's the man's biological child, and it's not. So they're living a lie. They've lied to the man, and they've lied to their child, and they've lied to themselves.
Yeah, we got a term for it, but I can't say it on this program.
Okay. No bad language on the After 8 show. We know it's after 8, but no bad language. No bad language. Yeah, we call it a jacket. And we call it a jacket, and the man wearing a full suit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's so... And, you know, sometimes you get some women, they try and justify it, or they say, oh, they didn't know. But what they did know, they slept with 2 men at the same time. That they knew. They knew. And if you don't go for a DNA test, it's no use looking at the child thinking, oh, they look like this person, so it must be them. No. Sometimes you can be far off, because actually people generally, and I'm not saying everyone, but generally, they have a particular type, whether we want to admit it, yes or no. And a lot of people have, when you see their exes and you see their current wife, husband, partner, whatever, there are some close resemblance. They might not look exactly alike, no, but there's like a theme running through. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
There's like a common theme. They might like a tall woman who has a particular color hair, or a tall woman who has a particular color complexion, or she may be very curvaceous, you know, and has a particular type of look. You know, people have, there's a golden thread that goes through, or it could be a man. Some women like really slim guys, some women like really built guys, some women like guys that are broad, you know. Everybody likes different sort of things. They're more attracted, whether they admit it, yes or no. You know, they always say, oh, character. Yeah, we go for personality, but there's always a golden thread. That's my belief anyway. What do you
Oh,
think?
yeah, that's just thinking about that whole thing. I know so many people that
Mm.
have raised, there's so many guys that have raised children that they thought were theirs, and then to come find out that it was somebody else was the father. But there's a high percentage of them that actually stay there for the kid. If they've been in a relationship for several years. But you know, I immediately was thinking of like the what was that Maury Povich show? And you were not the father.
It is heartbreaking, and yes, there's an attachment that gets built, but it's a hard one because you imagine you've grown a child for 21 years, and after 21 years you find out they're not your biological child. What do you do?
Yeah,
What do you do?
yeah,
You've created that bond. You've done everything for them, put them through college, uni, whatever. You they call you dad. You call them daughter or son, and they are in another sense your daughter or son. But there's been a big, massive, dirty lie in the midst of it.
yeah,
Um, it's a hard one. I wouldn't say there's any right or wrong how that man reacts to it, because it's a hard one. Nobody's really a winner, and the child get caught up in it, doesn't it? It's so confusing for the child.
yes, definitely.
It's so confusing, and the trust element, and how they see it. It takes a small percentage of people, depending on the circumstance. It all depends on the circumstance, that really really understand, maybe, depending on the circumstance, because no circumstance is the same, and I'm not going to judge anybody. um but I do think children should know.
Yeah,
And the man should know. Just generally, children should know, and the man should know, even if they don't want to see each other. Even if they don't want to see each other, they should still know. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
They should still know.
'Cause it's definitely not the child's fault. And
No.
you've been, in that case, you mentioned 21 years. So yeah, you've been involved in that child's life, serving that role as a father for 21 years. Now, what you do with the your partner that wronged you in the first place, I mean, that's a different story. But you should never break that bond with that child.
I don't think so. I think you should keep that bond with the child personally, because that's heartbreaking for the child, and it's heartbreaking for the man. As you said, what you do with the woman, if you want to stay or go, is perfectly reasonable thing for you to decide as a man in that circumstance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I mean, the situation is different. I mean, who knows? Both parents might have been doing their own separate thing at that time. And then you might say, well, I don't know, I was doing my thing anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and stay with it because we got a relationship now. Or it's just like if it's the other way around where you've been faithful and found out that she cheated on you and had a kid because of somebody else, then it's like I couldn't blame somebody for being pissed off and walking away.
Yeah, I understand what you're. So it's all case by case basis, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is. It really is. It's not something clear cut. And so, Country Wayne touches on things like that, touches on like what people say behind people's back, what they really think of people. You'd be amazed. If you was a fly on the wall, but don't get squatted if you're a fly on the wall though.
uh,
Make sure you get out alive.
I was just watching Sanford and Son. I watch that all the time, and there was an episode on there that recently where there's Fred's best friend at the time, Big Money Grip, came to town, and he came to town to tell him that Lamont was actually his son and not Fred's son.
We can't hear you. Thank you, we can't hear you. You're on mute. You're on mute, man.
Yeah, I just saw that not long ago.
And then it turned out he ended up tiptoeing up into Aunt Esther's room instead of Elizabeth's room.
That's funny.
It was so hilarious.
That's so funny.
Oh man, yeah, that was the best. And you know what's crazy now that I'm older now? You know, the fact that, you know, those shows back then, they was calling each other nigga.
Oh yeah. Like the one episode where Lamont got the ticket, they went to court and Fred decided to be his counsel. And he said, well, I got a question. How can you don't arrest white people? And the judge says, I do. He said, man, look around here. Look at all these niggas up here. You got more niggas than you do in a Tarzan movie. And it was like that was on
that we watched in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, and you think about like All in the Family, Archie Bunker, the things he used to say. And it's just like, you know, now it's like, you know, you can't say that.
Yeah.
And then also I found out too that Richard Pryor was part of the writing team. So I said, oh, well, that makes sense.
Oh yeah. Red Fox, man, if you ever listen to some of his old albums, there's a reason why he spelled his name with 2 X's.
Mm-hmm.
We had a show in the UK. I don't know if you've heard of it, but UK people will know if they're of a certain generation, called Steptoe and Son, and Alf Garnett.
Steptoe and Son was actually what Sanford and Son was based on.
Oh, right. These characters, they cursed. They were the example of non-politically correct. None. They said every swear word. They were racist as anything. But I must be honest, it was so funny, those shows. You had to laugh. You just had to laugh because comedy is comedy, isn't it? But you just had. But they will not. We will not put those shows on now. Will not. Will not.
Comedians can't even say certain things at their concerts nowadays without having all these people get mad and you know, threaten to boycott and putting pressure on the people that sponsor them to stop, you know, supporting them. It's crazy.
Well, why go to a comedy event? Because you know, especially, and don't sit at the front, right?
Oh yeah.
A comedian is going to point you out. They're going to make jokes out there. That is their job. They're going to make jokes out of everything. They're going to make jokes out of how you live, what you look like, who you're next to, who your partner is, and what are you going to do? You're going to be upset and walk out or threaten them. But it's comedy. If you don't like it, don't go. Don't buy the ticket because that's what you're going to get.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to get. You know, comedy is comedy. And it is funny. But if you're a very sensitive person and you can't take it, just don't go. Don't embarrass yourself. And start and you know, you can't be going around threatening the comedian. That's their job. That's their role.
Yeah. You know, you think about the whole culture back when like I was younger, like we used to sit around at lunchtime at the lunch table. All we do, we used to call them sting outs. We'd be sitting up there talking about each other, talking about each other's mama and all that type of stuff. I mean, it was hilarious for being on the making the trip back from a track meet or a football game. I mean, that was some of the best comedy in the world. And, you know, our influences were all like Richard Pryor and Red Fox and all that. So, I mean, it used to get kind of raunchy and stuff.
He was so funny, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was so funny. But that's comedy. Comedy takes everything onto a different dimension. And you've got to be a non-sensitive person. You've got to have a sense of humor because, come on, you know, you got to laugh. People got to laugh, you know. And they usually know what the comedian is all about and their approach. They're going to rip people apart. They know that, but they still fall for it and get upset. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting at the front row in a comedy show. That for sure. That for sure. That for sure. And I can be quick with my mouth. Yeah, I can be. Right. But yeah, the comedians, a good comedian is quick on their feet. You don't want to argue with a comedian.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Don't even think about arguing with a comedian. They will mock you till the cows come home.
So back in the late 90s, I was actually working as a bouncer at this nightclub, and they decided to host a comedy night. And we had some of the comedians from BET Comedy, what they call it?
Comic
Comedy
View.
Jam? Yeah. They were in there. So we had some more.
Oh,
It's hilarious. The white guy, Honest John. And I want to say, wasn't Ari Spy. It's Courtney. What's Courtney's name? He's hilarious. But I mean, going out to eat with them, you couldn't even eat your food because it was just you were nonstop laughing.
yeah.
Because they're pretty much staying in character the whole time.
And that's lovely, isn't it? You know when you laugh till your stomach hurts you and your jawbone start to ache you. And it's like you're begging the person to stop. Because it's like too much. All parts of your body starts to hurt you. That is fun. That is fun. And I'm terrible. I laugh loud. When I'm really ready to laugh, I like, oh my God.
I can imagine.
Oh my God. And you know, like when somebody laughs loud, it stirs it up even more, you know. It stirs it up even more, but I can't help it. It's not even done deliberately. I just can't help it. It just comes out. It just comes out. Unless I'm gonna put my hand over my mouth, you know, and I'm not gonna stifle myself like that. Let it out. That's what I say. Let it out. Let it out. Especially if you're in a comedy show. You know, have you ever experienced? Well, it used to happen when I was younger more, and I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Right? It's like you'd hear bad news, and then your reaction would be to laugh, but you don't think it's funny. It's very serious, but you just can't help but laughing. I don't know if that's ever happened to you. It used to happen to me a lot when I was younger. And then I later found out that reaction is not really laughing. It's really like a nervous reaction.
Yeah, I was gonna say recognition response.
Yeah.
But now for me, I haven't had that happen from hearing something. But like if I see a video, like when I'm going through Facebook or Instagram, and those videos pop up like people like doing stupid stuff and crashing on motorcycles or something like that, I'll be cracking up because some of that stuff is straight up stupid.
Oh, good. Yeah. Some people do some real crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Real crazy stuff. It's like, why would you even do that? Don't you value your life?
It's called clout chasing. They're trying to get clout, CLOUT.
Clout. And break every bone in your body.
Yeah.
Oh,
so, you know,
that's great.
Yeah, because they figure that they're all hoping that they go viral or whatever. You know, it's just like the stupider stuff you do, the more likely somebody is going to see it. But, you know, a lot of people don't realize you could permanently injure yourself. You can kill yourself doing some of those stunts.
Yeah.
Like I saw one yesterday. Yeah, there was one I saw yesterday. It showed this guy parachuting, and he had like the GoPro camera on. And I'm pretty sure he had a reserve chute on. I'm not positive. But what he did, there was like some other thing, I guess, that pulls the chute out. So he had something that ignited that on fire. Then it ignited the whole parachute. And all of a sudden he's like falling down, you know, no parachute. And so I was like, well, if they got the video camera, I mean, the video, the camera might have survived. But then I'm thinking he probably had a reserve chute that he pulled after he filmed that part. But still, if that reserve chute doesn't open your, you know, SOLs, we say. And it's just those kind of crazy things. They're like those people. I don't know if they do it in the UK where they street takeovers, where they get their cars out there and they'll like be doing donuts in the intersection, blocking traffic, or be racing and stuff like that. And they always got people filming. You got people hanging out the car with the camera. And there's so many videos of people actually getting seriously hurt, where the car loses control and slides into a crowd and takes out several people. And I mean, the social media is just littered with crap like that.
Social media, it can serve a great purpose, but it also has its pitfalls as well.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it really does.
How's the grown man doing, Adasa?
My son,
Yes.
you know what? He's doing wonderful. He's still revising. His last exam is next week. He's got a lighter week next week, not so much exams, but he finishes next week.
Okay.
And he's got one tomorrow, and he's really focused, which I'm really glad. He's a nice young man. It's a really nice young man. You definitely will meet him very soon, DJ Grizadelic. Oh yeah, you will. Yeah, you'll all meet him in the near future. And you'd be like, wow, this he was born old before time. He was born old. He's got an old soul. You know, some children got an old soul.
Oh yeah.
And he wasn't a typical baby. He was very muscular. So he didn't have any fat on him. He wasn't skinny. Oh no. He was an 8-pound baby. But he had definition that I've never seen on a baby. He had muscle definition. He had footballers' calves. And like it looked like he had a six. I was like, I've never come across a child like this.
Yeah, that's what my son was, because he was always climbing up stuff, and he figured out how to climb out of his crib before he could actually walk. And so, and I remember when I was going through my rehabilitation, when I was trying to learn how to walk again, he would be on the equipment in there, and doing stuff like the gymnastics type stuff. And it was just, I was so amazed at how strong he was, and how defined he was.
There's some super duper babies and little children out there.
Yeah.
They make you think, have they been on this earth before?
Oh, I think it's one of those cases I think that our souls just keep coming back in a different body to, fulfill a purpose. You go through and review your life, and it's just like, okay, you need to come back and work on this. And when you say an old soul, it's like they've been here before. I really believe that's true. They have been here before.
Well, I'm a true believer in it, because I'll be honest, when I was pregnant with him, I asked God, I prayed and asked God, this is what I would love this child to look like, and so I wasn't really like a stick on. I said, I'm not really bothered. This is what I said actually, I'll confess. I said, I'm not really bothered about what who he looks like, whether it's me or the dad. I won't bothered. But please don't have the dad's nose. Or too much of the eyes. Yeah. So God granted me that wish. He hasn't got his dad's nose. He's got mine. He's got my eyes. But his dad and his grandmom have a particular feature. They've got a particular type of eyebrow. But my son came and had double whammy. He had a double dose. So they've got a particular feature on one of their eyebrows, and my son's got that feature on both of his eyebrows. So it's hereditary from his dad's side, but he hasn't got his dad's eyes. The eyebrows, yes, but not the eyes. And then I'm more focused, because I wasn't bothered about looks too much. I'm more focused on the characteristic traits that I would love this little baby to have. And do you know, he's got every single characteristic trait I asked for. It's
Hmm.
crazy, isn't it?
Good for you. That's nice.
On that subject, how is your daughter? Thank you, eh?
Listen, I remember a lady saw her at the mall. She was like maybe 3 weeks old, and I was sitting there. She said, "Oh, baby, her ears are dark. She's gonna be dark." I'm like, "What's she talking about?" I said, no. And then I was like, no. So I
You're
said,
funny.
okay. But as far as character-wise, you know what? And I tell women this all the time. When you pray, please be specific about what you pray for.
Yeah.
Because all my life, I just said, I want a daughter. That was it. I just said, I want a daughter. And so God said, here you go.
But you didn't be specific with the
I have
list.
to be specific this next go round because I'm telling you, I wanted Jesus to come down onto my neighborhood and I wanted to fight. Like, I wanted him to come back in the form of man and I wanted to start scrapping. I did.
Was she a good baby? Was she a quiet baby?
Oh, she was excellent and very observant. But now, I mean, she's still, she's very independent. She's very determined. She's very stubborn. And, you know, she's not going to take no for an answer.
Yeah.
Even yesterday, I had to get on her because she's trying to help defend a friend in gymnastics. I said, but you're the one getting in trouble. You know, you're the one with all the mouth. I said, if you know, if somebody's bullying somebody else, you know, I was just like, oh my God.
But who does she take after Thank You, eh?
Both of us.
Oh, okay.
Both of us.
Okay. You can see the combination.
And so, but I told him she was 1.5 years. I said, you ain't even gonna have to worry about me, brother. She gonna get you.
Ah, that's so funny. So his own daughter is it?
Well, I knew back then, you know, I knew. I said, she will get you. You know, she's only met him one time. And but I said, she'll get you. I ain't gonna have to worry about it. I'm gonna be sitting back with my pen cigarette.
Oh, you need to do a comedy skit when the time comes.
Woo!
That'd be funny. Thank you. Eh?
Yep, I said
that would be funny. I think my son takes after me a lot. He takes after. He's got a bit of his dad. But I think a lot of his qualities are actually like myself. And it's just like, wow. He doesn't look like me though. Nah. Doesn't look like, even though he's got my eyes and my nose a bit. And they say your eyes is like one of the distinctive features that bring you. I suppose he's changed a little bit. Yeah, I suppose he's changed a little bit. But he was such a happy baby. He used to chat you morning, noon. I've never met a more talkative baby in my life. He talked from the moment, but seriously, the moment his eyes open in the morning, he'd be chatting, he'd be laughing. All you see is gums. Chatting, laughing. He's not stopping until he goes to sleep. And he was very, very observant. But he did sleep though. He gave me a good night's sleep. That's one thing. He gave me a good night's sleep. But during the day, oh, Mr. Chatterbox. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. And he still can be like that now. But he's tamed down. He's toned down because he's got a bit more mature. Yeah. But yeah, he's very sociable. You'll meet him and then you make your own observations. I'll keep quiet. I'll keep quiet. You make your own observations and see for yourself. But yeah, he's like 3 children. He was not now. He was like 3 children rolled into one. Very energetic. Very energetic. Yeah, one of my friends had 4 children. And I kept telling her, he's like 3 children rolled into one. And when she met him, she was exhausted. She was like, "Oh my goodness, Odessa. Wow. Oh my goodness, you got a right one on your hand." But he made me laugh. He made me laugh. It was a joy. It was actually a joy, tiring at times, but it was a joy. Just constantly laughing and chatting and conversing, and the self-awareness was brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some real super children out there, some real lovely children. I want to just put that out there. Sometimes the press wants to give a bad name with our children, and it's not the case. We've got some wonderful, lovely children. We
And
really
it's a
do.
shame with a lot of them, they don't have the role models, the mentors. A lot of them don't have what we had.
They don't, because the families are not together. They're not tight like before. You know, um, Sometimes they live apart, or sometimes they're just not present. They just so consumed, you know, just living their life. Whereas when we were younger, I had cousins. My dad was great in that way. He made sure, we knew our cousins, and he really supported a lot of our cousins.
Mhm.
And it was great in that way. um, there was a real family ethic in that department. And we had a few cousins that would stay with us if they had any problems. Um, but we were lucky; they didn't trouble us or anything. They just kept to their quarters until they got on their feet. Which I commend my parents for that. Helping out in individuals when times were hard for them, and help them get back on their feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I must thank those individuals as well, because and it was, when I look back now, it's kind of risky. Not one of them troubled us. They were all cool. Do you
Mhm.
know? Not one of them troubled. They were all cool. They all just kept to their quarters and were polite and just did their own thing. And they were in one section, we were in one section. No
Do you still
trouble.
talk to them?
Some of them are past. A lot of
Okay.
them are past because they
Okay.
were like big men or women
Okay.
that might have had like a marital breakdown, and then they have nowhere to stay, so they had
Mhm.
to. The only saving grace that some of them had is that they were working, so they were able to stay with us, collect, save their money, and then go and get, a place after that. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Which was great for them, because we all go through things, in one way or the other. And as family, I think it's really important that, family that are good, because remember, there's some family that are questionable, but the ones that are good, support one another. That's what it's really all about. And definitely my parents, um, echoed that, and taught us, well, for myself, I can only speak for myself, you know, um, the value of family, and the value of not pushing down a man or woman when they're down,
Mhm.
and the importance of uplifting, you know,
Yeah.
because that help, even if you think it's little, that's a massive help to somebody, a
Yeah.
massive help. And they really can get on back on their feet. And it was so nice to see, these individuals get back on their feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody
Mm.
helped. Well, it wasn't family, but it was a friend.
Yeah.
After I went through my divorce and was trying to figure things out. So then that's how I started working at night and was able to save my money so I can, get my apartment. So, mhm.
Yeah. And it's important. We all need that. We all go through times where it's very challenging. And sometimes, individual, one of us go through times where the roof over our head is very much compromised. And it's nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing to be. It is what it is. It's just all part of a continuous journey of life.
Mhm.
You know, and building. And believe you me, don't push your man or woman down when they're going through that. Don't ever. You know, e- sometimes they're not able. This is how it goes. This is how the universe operates. Sometimes they may not help you, but you would definitely get a blessing somewhere along the way. Your child will get the blessing.
Mhm.
You know, um, there's cousins of mine who you know my parents got on very well with. You know, and and I've been able to help one or two of them, you know, when they've gone through their challenging time, and uh, that's more help them um, because of the memory of their parent, you
Mhm.
know,
Mhm.
how they dealt with my parent and the relationship they had with my parent. So, you know, it really does go down, pass down to the generations, the
Right.
blessings. It really does.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
laws of reciprocity.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is real. It's so real. And it's not like you're doing it to get something in return, but just doing it just makes you feel so good. That you can sleep at night, you know?
Yep.
And whatever you can help with, there's different ways in which we support people. We may not go to the extreme and have them live with us in some case, but sometimes you can give them loads of advice and signpost them. Sometimes, you know, just being there as someone to talk to, that can actually save somebody's life.
Mhm.
That can actually
Yeah.
say that, you know, that you know, and don't think they're being weird or anything, because somebody could call you 2 o'clock, and it's not usually their habit to call you 2 o'clock in the morning. You think, oh, 2 o'clock in the morning, but just, you know, um that could be the turning point for them. You know, if it's somebody that's constantly calling you at 2 o'clock in the morning, then yeah, you need your sleep. You need your sleep. But
Yeah.
you know, there could be a rare occasion, just a rare occasion, that they reach out to you at such time. And if you're awake, if you see the call, you're awake anyway. It's not to say that you're literally sleeping. Check it out. Depends who it is. Check it out. See, especially if it's somebody close to you. Check it out. Check it
Yeah.
out. Yeah, check it out and see, because you really could just say the right thing at the right time that makes the difference, you know? Um, yeah, uh, I'm struggling in this show today.
You're
I'm
almost
struggling,
to,
that's struggling.
you're
And
almost to the finish line.
that's struggling. I'm feeling hot. I'm feeling dizzy. My throat is scratching me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you definitely need to take care of yourself when you get off the air.
Yeah, I am. I really am. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Have you heard Sounds of Blackness new song, Queen of Boosadelic?
You played it last week when I was on YouTube listening to it. Yes, I heard it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's lovely. I played it on the Soul City show, actually. I'm meant to be sending you some stuff, you know, DJ Boosadelic.
Yeah, I'd
Please forgive
messaged
me.
Ruth and told her to send me the show because I don't have hers from this week. And I guess yeah, and I got Cam Cutters uploaded from last weekend. But
Have you got Sterling Rain?
no, I didn't get one from. Did I? I don't think I
I'll
got
check.
one this week. I got one from the week before. I think from Sterling Rain.
Okay, I'll check, and then I can, if I got it, I'll forward it to you.
Yeah, I got my little system. I can get them up pretty quick now.
I haven't sent mine through because I had some audio slight issues, and I don't really want that out there.
Yeah, I was listening and I was
Yeah, it
like,
was like an echo chamber. So that's going to be sorted out before my show tomorrow. So we can get back to normal and it can be sounding so nice and lovely back again. Yes. I can't sing Thank You, eh? You got to help me out. A sister's got to help a fellow sister.
No, you're fine.
How can I learn to sing? I can't sing. Can't sing.
Well, you know what? Nobody taught me. This was just something natural. And then, I mean, of course, like when you're in a choir, you know, you learn your little parts and stuff. But I've just always, even as a kid, it was just natural for me.
Yeah. Some people are natural. I can hold the notes.
Yeah. Like I even wondered at times, like what would have happened if somebody found me when I was like 18, 19 years old, you know? But I was like, well, you know, I had to become a star at 36.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah,
you know, at that age and what was going on,
it wasn't meant to be. Thank you.
Yeah, you end up being somebody's victim, you know.
Yeah, thank God for that. And even in my yearbook, it was either, you know, you're going to be a famous singer or I was going to be an Olympic track star. So that's all you see all throughout the yearbook.
Oh, that's why I haven't seen you in so long because I saw that picture you put up a while back about your track team. I used to run track and I was like, oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah, I went to Louisiana State. So
you were LSU?
Track scholarship.
Oh shoot, I didn't know that. Go Tigers!
Yeah, that was a great experience. It was great. I actually went to the Penn Relays this year for the first time in a long time.
And so I actually hated track, but my dad made me run it because I was playing football. He said you got to work.
But you know what? A lot of great football players are fast.
Yeah,
for the track.
And so, I mean, I was fast because I was always running from dogs, and then people were always trying to pick on me, so they never could catch me when I was a kid. And so I just naturally had that gift, but it was like organized track. I just wasn't into it. Yeah. And then I got out there in my first meet. I won the 100, the 200, and anchored the 400 relay, and we won that. And so my dad said, see, you're good. And I got my varsity letter as a freshman. Yeah. But I hated track practice.
Yeah, I just run my mouth now. I've been asked to coach, but I think I'm just a little nervous about that. But my daughter, she doesn't want to run. She likes dancing and gymnastics, but she does because my boyfriend is a coach, so she does go with him, and now she like runs with the kids and stuff. So we'll see. But she has the legs and everything. I'm like, you know, she knows something, a long jump or something. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see what she wants to do.
She looks athletic. I can just see it. Like, I think the exposure would do her good. I think she may just, you know,
run a hurdle or something. I'm like, there's something she can do. Like, you know, but again, I'm not pushing it on her. So she's like, no. But she likes to go to the meet. She likes to be around the kids. So we'll see.
Yeah. You know, the thing about track was the individual part was cool, but like when spring break would come, right, we had a whole week off. I remember one time the coach was like, whatever you do, make sure you continue to run during the spring break. I said, man, I'm just going to play hoop. And so, you know, I'm playing basketball, running full court. It's a totally different type of conditioning. I got back that next week for track practice, and I was almost dead after running that.
Oh, my God.
We had to run like 10 hundreds, 8 200s, and 4 400s, you know, twice.
It's so amazing how fit children are. So amazing, you know, especially our generation, like when we were young kids, we were outside playing, you know, all that stamina, you know, riding bikes, roller skating, all around, you know. I used to hold on to cars and roller skate. Imagine how dangerous that. Oh my, I look back, I feel, oh my, I used to be climbing trees, climbing buildings, climbing barbed wire buildings with my bicycle shorts on. I'm like, oh my goodness, what was I like?
Tomboy.
You know? And I developed a technique because, you know, the barbed wires and at the top of building, they'll have this special paint thing. And it was a way to see who, if anybody has climbed it, and then because if you've climbed it, then all this paint stuff would be on you. Yeah, and I mastered never to get that paint stuff on me. I developed a technique, and I look back now, And these buildings were high, you know. I look back and I think, what was I thinking? And then I'll just jump like I'm Spider-Man off these. But I'm just like, no, no. Whew, the very thought of it now just makes me dizzy. I would, oh my goodness. I don't know if you had it, Tankway. Like we had these kind of barbed wire, high buildings, and they put barbed wires, but they'll also put like this paint stuff on it. That if anybody climbed it, all the paint stuff would go on there, and they'll be noticeable. And I developed that. Oh, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. You're muted.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't mess around with that stuff. You know,
I did. I was terrible. I was a real tomboy. Oh my gosh, I was a real tomboy. I was a real tomboy. I really was. People thought I was a boy. Like they'd be like, "Can you excuse the young man out of the way?" And I don't think nothing of it until I had one incident. I don't know if I've told you guys before. I think I have. I had one incident when this young lady approached me. And then about a week or two later, I saw it on this popular show in the UK. It was called Kilroy. Saw her on Kilroy. And then I thought, oh, I don't want to be attracting that kind of attention. That's all I'm going to say. And so from then on, I slowly changed my wardrobe to be more feminine. I got a reality check. Started wearing a little bit of lipstick. Started wearing leggings. You know, I still had a little boyish edge to it, but I started toning it down because it takes a while to change your wardrobe. You know, yeah, I started incorporating like fitted tops. If I wore baggy jeans, I'll have a fitted top so it looks a little bit more feminine. Or if I wore baggy top, I wear leggings so it's a bit, you know. And started moving away from the big blogger boots, you know. I used to have all the, and I've never seen anybody wear it because I bought it in a very bespoke shop in the city. I had these beautiful Caterpillar. I don't know if you've heard of Caterpillar, that make. You heard of it?
Caterpillar shoes?
Boots, yeah.
Boots, yeah. Yeah, it's a work boot they make around.
Yeah, it's the work boots, yeah, industrial. Well, it was big fashion in the UK at one stage when I was younger, but I never bought those boots. I bought a different one. It was still the same make. Everybody kept asking me where I got it from. It was a long version. You know, women wear long boots. So it was a long version. And it still had that kind of edge to it. Oh my goodness. I thought I was a superstar.
Yeah. Here they were wearing Timberlands.
Yes, and Timberlands. I had Timberlands, yep.
And people don't know the story, but like on the East Coast, when the people were out there working them corners, they had to wear them Timberlands to keep their feet warm. And so then it became a fashion thing, and I didn't realize how heavy those dang things were, so I got a couple pair, and I'm just like, man. And after I got ill with the muscle disease, I really started noticing the weight. I was like, these things are like wearing ankle weights when you walk.
Well, I thank my tomboyish years. I thank it because it actually saved my feet. Whereas a lot of young ladies were wearing like ladylike shoes and all sorts of things. There's two things that they as a result of wearing the ladylike shoes, they had corn, and I don't have corn on my feet. Thank the Lord. No corn problems, and they had like really rough, like hard foot bottoms. Because, and I don't have that because I don't know how I enjoyed it, but your body becomes accustomed. I would wear these boots in the summer, you know. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. I'd wear them in the summer with my leggings and a nice top, and I thought I was rocking it, you know. But it helped my feet, you know, no corn and no rough bottom feet.
So hearing you describe yourself, you remind me of that young lady that was the star in Top Boy. You watch
Is
Top
she-
Boy yet?
Not really. I've
Oh,
heard
it's
of it though.
actually it's in the UK.
I know. It's a
Yeah, you
UK
gotta check
very
that out.
popular show. I'm gonna check. Is she one of the main characters?
Yeah, she's like
Okay.
she's like got the serious tomboy. She's pretty hardcore.
Okay, I'm gonna check because I used to wear baseball cap. I wore baggy tops, baggy jeans because baggy jeans was fashionable them times, but more fashionable for boys. Some girls, tomboyish girls, wore it. Um,
Yeah,
and I wore it. Dungarees, baggy dungarees. And I used to tuck all my hair under the baseball cap, so you couldn't see no hair coming out, couldn't see nothing. You just thought it was a boy. Yeah. So I slowly transitioned out of that look. I still wore my baseball caps, but I'd let my hair out so they could see it was a girl.
I remember we had a girl in our neighborhood that she never talked, right? And so we didn't know she was a girl for the first 12, 13 years of our life. And we were playing basketball, and she was like better than everybody else, right? And somebody's like, "Man, I got blood right there." And I was like, "What's your name?" And all of a sudden, we hit it, Cindy. I'm like, Cindy? What kind of name is that for you? And then, she just had that rough tomboy image, and she went on to play on the, I think she was on the 88 Olympic women's basketball team, played at Long Beach State, and she was in the first women's professional league that we had here.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, but I mean, she was the first. They're talking about who was it that dunked a couple years ago? They're talking about her being the first female to dunk. I'm like, shoot, I seen Cindy Brown throw one down backwards.
Hmm.
A lot of girls. I think I did it because it's like when you're growing up, it's hard for a woman sometimes that transition into lady, into a lady. It can be quite hard, for some of us. It can be quite hard. And so I just wanted to I wanted to hide that away. Wanted to hide that away as much as possible. And I didn't want boys' attention because I wasn't allowed a boyfriend. So this was all deterrence. Not to say I didn't like boys.
Mhm.
I did, but I didn't want their attention because I knew I wasn't allowed any boyfriends at that stage of my life. So part of it was a deterrent. So they didn't see me as attractive in any shape or form. And I could just focus on what I'm focusing on,
Mhm.
without any hassle. And it worked actually. It did work because I didn't get any attraction. But when I started changing my wardrobe, I did. Yeah. That's when you start getting the traffic. Yeah. And that was weird. That was weird, getting that attention. That was, very strange. Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember some of the girls like that in high school. It's like they started wearing more girl clothes, and they started developing. And it was like all of a sudden, it's like,
That's so funny. Yeah, I was one of those. I was one of those girls. Yeah, but I kept my I kept my tomboyish look up until the age of about like strong, up until the age of 18. Then I kept like a semi like boyish look from 18 to my late 20s. It's only my late 20s that I thought, right, I need to stop this. Stop wearing the blocker boots because I was still wearing blocker boots even in my 20s. Yeah. But I did look a female. You knew I was a female by that stage. Yeah. But then in my late 20s, I thought, right, it's over. Get rid of all of it. Don't pursue it. And then, late 20s, especially by the time I turned 30, definitely had more of that feminine look. Yeah, but that was a journey. That was practically a 30-year journey. So I've lived most of my life because I'm not 60, not yet. I've lived more of my life being a tomboy than being not a tomboy. Mm. Yeah, but we should talk about that another show with us ladies. Yeah, there's and plus men have it. I'm sure men do, because men do. They have their challenges when they're transitioning into manhood. Yeah, they do.
Well, see,
And huh?
I was gonna say, see, I came up when like the blaxploitation films were king, and so it was like the pimp movies were happening. So you would see the brothers like when Superfly came out, showing up like in mink coats, and then they like all go out and get an old raggedy ass Cadillac, and half of them didn't have air conditioning, but it'd be a hot day, they'd have the windows rolled up, and then like there's you said the rabbit ears on the window to make people think that you had a TV in your car and everything. So there was that like pimp superhero type look that a lot of the guys went through back in my time.
And I only realized when my big son was growing. I didn't know that young men, they get like really bad growing pains. They can do, and they go through stages where they get very feverish. I don't know if you went through that stage, DJ.
No. I've been short most of my life. I never had any, or all my life, I never really had any serious growing pains where it actually hurts in your joints and stuff like that. And you go through that. Nope, never experienced it.
Yeah, my big son did, and the younger one, he's had it, but not as bad as the older one, but he still has it. We always know when he's having a growth spurt. He's in pain.
I was so disappointed because my grandfather used to always look at my feet and say, "Look at them big old feet, boy. You're going to be over 6 feet tall." I made it to 5'8" and stopped growing.
You should not tell us that you got big feet, isn't it?
Uh-oh. Time to go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight on the show.
Yeah.
I'm going on mute now.
What did I say?
We were doing so good.
That was like a Magic Wand type, or not Magic Wand, DJ Wand type thing. Now you make me think about Eddie Murphy. He's talking about don't let your woman go on vacation to the Caribbean by herself. Some guy named Dexter comes walking around.
No, but I'm saying it from a concerned point of view. Thank you. If DJ Boosadelic has got big feet, then he's gonna find it very difficult to find shoes or find any socks.
Usually it is difficult. A little painful too. All right.
My disclaimer is I did not start this.
I think we better conclude the show. We have a couple of seconds left. And I think it's just about the right time to finish the show. Oh, yeah.
You gotta give Dasta some tussing.
Yeah. We mustn't discuss DJ Boozadelic's big feet anymore.
Man.
You're the one who told us, DJ Boosadelic.
But you're the one that's mine went there.
I didn't. No. Because it's hard to find shoes when you got big feet, isn't it?
Well, my problem is, big for me. Yeah, my problem is it's like one of the more common sizes in America, and so it's like every time you go somewhere and see a shoe on sale, like that size will be sold out.
Unless you're comfortable wearing bare feet.
Nah,
you always got to cover up. No.
Yeah, it's like when I went to the Bahamas, I was on the beach. I walk around barefoot on the sand and stuff, but I got tender feet.
Oh, you got tender feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
I ain't one of the dudes that could be running on the sidewalk, barefoot.
Oh, because it hurts when you walk.
Yeah. And then I think about when I had kids and they would leave like Legos or my daughter playing with jacks and you step on one of them damn things.
Yeah. I think we've come to the end of the show. Let's end it on a good note, on a high. I won't say any more before I get myself in trouble. Thank you. Thank you, A. Wood. Thank you, DJ Boozadelic.
You're welcome. Thank you, Adasa.
I don't know what you're thanking me for, but I still accept
The same reason why you're thanking us.
Yeah, 'cause yeah. On that note, bye-bye. Have a beautiful week. I love you. Love all the viewers. Keep sharing the show, everyone. Magnet YouTube, Magnet Radio YouTube. Share the link. I'm going to be pushing out the link between today and tomorrow. Please excuse me if you don't really see much activity today. Adasa's really feeling under the weather, but I will be bright as rain next week. Actually, I'm not here next week, so you guys have to continue the show without me. I've got to get one of you to sort out the platform, and you can continue the show. I'll get the guest, and then you can do the show without a desk.
When the cat's away.
Yeah, please do. Please continue. Please continue next week. I'm sure you'll be just fine. Yeah, and I'll do some sneaky looks to see how you're getting on. Sneaky ones, little sneaky ones. I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you're fine. I'll sort that out with you over the weekend, and put some things in place so that you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. You will. Thank you. I'm out of here. I can't continue anymore. I don't know how I managed the 2 hours, but I just managed it.
Easy.
Pardon?
I know it's not easy, so you did a great job.
Yeah. Thank you, and have a great week, both of you, and weekend. And viewers, bye for now.
All right, Bigfoot.
Until next time.
Until next time. Thank you. We out of here. We out of here. We out of here. Bye-bye.
Bye.